There.
And I don't even eat cannolis, but I'll eat yours. Yours and Joey's Marolas.
Yeah, right.
Go ahead, guys.
Okay.
Steve Weber, and I'm here with my friend Gil Harris, a Navy veteran and old-time employee of the KingsPark Psychiatric Center. Gil, thanks a lot for coming with us today.
Thank you for having me. No, thank you for having me.
So, Gil, tell us how'd you get to be in KingsPark?
How did I get to be in KingsPark? In 1949, we lived in North Carolina, and the day before my father was going to harvest his tobacco, we had big hailstorms and rain, and it beat everything to the ground. But he had a niece that was here as a nurse. Her name was Edith Williams.
Okay.
And she worked here, and she was after my father to come here to get a job, to get out of the farm and tobacco, and from the war on. And that morning, when we had the big hailstorm, he went in the house and told my mother, "Pack me a bag."
You're
I'm
out
going
of
to
here.
New York. Yeah. So we moved to KingsPark, and he got a job here in the warehouse, and my mother worked in the nights in Building A. And then he worked here until 1955, and he passed away. He had a heart attack on the platform,
Yeah.
and they took him down to Ward 80 in Building L. I don't know what, I think it's Building L, but I forget the number of the building. And he had a heart attack on Wednesday, had another one on Sunday morning, which was Father's Day, and died. So then my mother changed her hours from nights working in Building A to days working in the tailor shop.
Okay.
And then in 1957, I went to the Navy. And when I got out in 1963, I got a job here in the warehouse. Because the man who hired me, he said, if you do half the work your father did, you got yourself a job. And the head storekeeper, his name was Mr. Bardwell. In them days, everybody was Mr. and Mrs. by the way. And
a lot different from today. Everyone
yes.
calls adults by their first name.
I know, yeah. And I started here in the butcher shop. In the butcher shop was Art Primus, and there was Al Granada, and there was Dick Byrne. He just got transferred from the shoe shop. I think he was in the shoe shop before then, and then he got here. And I worked in the butcher shop until they closed it. 1963 I started. They closed it around 1967 or something like that, and they put me in the warehouse. And I become a grade 4 storekeeper.
Where was the butcher shop located?
On the other side of this, like down at this end of the platform, on the other side, down the hallway from the main.